Hello and welcome to another episode of Agri Art. The Pear genus is a genus consisting of primarily cross-pollinated species. Within this genus, there's no major genetic barriers between different species. Every species within the Pear genus, Pyrus, can crossbreed with each other. At least 6 cultivated species and more than 18 wild species and hybrid lineages are distributed across Central and East Asia, as well as the Mediterranean and Eastern Europe. The domestication of the European pear began in Central and Western Asia, moving from Persia to Europe. For Asian pears, the cultivars were bred in East Asia from free species and hybrids. To learn about the history of pears, Dr. Abdollahi of the AREEO created a literature review to use the genetic evidence and artistic depictions of pears in ancient Persian art to create a framework to show how Silk Road helped make pears what they are. Let's begin. In times gone by, Greek settlements and commercial posts were found between the Mediterranean and India. This trade route was known as Silk Road. The Silk Road has been a route for introducing many species within the rose family to Europe from ancient Persia. The Roman names for some of these species, such as the peach, indicate that the Romans thought that these species came from Persia. This also shows that ancient Persia had way stations from Central and East Asia to Europe, at least for some fruit species. Various botanical surveys in Iran found that there's a large number of wild population of numerous endemic species and a considerable number of local pear cultivars, which are native to Iran. The chloroplast genetic markers, as well as the presence of the S4 gene only found in Asian pear cultivars, indicates that crossbreeding between Persian and Asian populations occurred at some point. Free Iranian pear cultivars have S genes found only in the Pyrus species, Pyrus korshinsky, a species found in the Tian Shan and Hindu Kush mountains. If you're interested in any of the S gene traits, there's a video on the topic, link in the description below. Several East Asian pears were found to have genes from Pyrus korshinsky and Pyrus parsia, which are grown in Persia, now Iran. This indicates that there was an extensive exchange of pear cultivars between Persia and China. Several cultivars of pear found in Persia also have physiological similarities to Asian pear cultivars. This hybridization process likely began between the 13th and 14th centuries CE, when the lineage of Persian royalty and the lineage of Genghis Khan became mixed. Hello, I just want to let you know, if you want to fund this channel, you can do so on the platforms seen in the description below. Persian miniatures are small and extremely precise paintings on paper. The style of art was significant in Persia during the 13th century, and there are numerous styles or schools in Persian miniatures that belong to various historic eras, and the most important styles or schools existed during the three Persian dynasties between the 13th and 17th centuries. These dynasties were the Ilkhanian, which existed between 1256 and 1335 CE, the Timurid, which existed between 1370 and 1507 CE, and the Safavid dynasty, which existed between 1501 and 1736. The predominant schools for each time period were the Tabriz, Herat, and Isfahan, respectively. The painter Reza Abazi of the Safavid school depicted the Persian cultivars Shemiva, Sibri, and Natanz. Such cultivars exist even unto this day. This time period is characterized by even greater trade between China and Persia. Pears were also extensively depicted in the Tabriz school, many of which are heirloom cultivars, back then and right now. 2 of the cultivars depicted are still commercial cultivars within Iran. These are CF Tabriz and Pigambari. The Herat style of Persian miniatures had a great focus on both pears and the interaction between Persian and Mongol royalty, and a long list of pears were depicted within a school. The names of these pears per school will be listed in the next few slides. And that about covers everything. Thank you for watching.